A local apartment complex has had 11 fires in the last 3.5 years. 7 of those fires started in vacant apartments. Finally, one of the tenants called KENS.
Yeah, so now reporter Andrew Moore is investigating what the complex is doing and not doing to prevent those fires.
A tenant here at the Westwood Plaza Apartments says they've had multiple issues with homeless individuals, including fires in vacant apartments. He said they had another one just 2 weeks ago. So now the city is meeting with this complex to address these issues as well as others.
They're breaking into apartments and they're starting fires.
James Borum says he's had enough. When we spoke to the tenant 2 weeks ago, he said homeless people regularly access the property.
You'll see holes cut in the fence everywhere.
Looking for units that aren't secured.
I call KENS 5 because I'm scared. I'm afraid this building's going to catch on fire, and I want it documented that they know about it.
When we visited the complex to find out what's going on,
Come to my office, whatever you want.
Gloria Farias, the CEO of the Apartments Management Organization, found us.
There have been 7 fires in vacant units, I think, since 2020. How can we make that stop?
I need help. We did hire a security guard.
Farias said they are now hiring more security, and she said they were working to board up vacant units.
We paid personally $4,000 out of my own pocket this weekend to board them up, put more bigger boards, put more harder, different screws.
When KENS 5 toured the property, we found management had secured some units, but we also found several units that were not boarded up.
We haven't gotten to this one, or what's going on?
No, we have emergencies.
And these units weren't boarded up even after a fire in the same building. Still, Farias said they would get those doors secured.
This will be happening before the end of the week.
Okay.
And we're going to work on Saturday too.
Okay. So by Monday, we hope to have everything. Okay.
Yes.
But when KENS 5 came back a full week later, those units looked exactly the same as if no work had been done. And I said, "Are we going to have this done?" And you said, "Yes, we will have all this done by the weekend."
It didn't happen that much. We tried our very best, and we have only 3 or 4 employees that were willing to work the weekend.
Farias now said they were not a priority, but again promised they would be secure. How long do you think all these are going to take?
No, I think that by next week we will be completely done.
KENS 5 also went to the city about the issue. Amin Tomaz with San Antonio Development Services said they've been dealing with this apartment since 2018. He said the city now wants apartment management to sign an agreement that would include several public safety changes.
Adding some lighting, lights basically, adding cameras potentially for safety and security, maybe having a couple of peace officers.
Tomaz also told us the unsecured apartments have been an issue before and the complex needs to deal with it. He said if the complex does not fix these and other issues at some point, the city could eventually shut them down.
If we do not reach an agreement, potentially, yes, the next step will be, again, to continue to go to court, and maybe at some point it's going to get to a point where they need to shut down.
We also spoke to SAPD about these issues as well. They say their West Safe unit visits this apartment regularly, and they have notes to regularly patrol this apartment with other officers. Meanwhile, the city is meeting with the apartment complex this week, so we're going to check in with the results of that after the meeting. For Call KENS, Andrew Moore, KENS 5.
KENS 5 is here to help the public, so if you have an issue you can't seem to get resolved, be sure to give us a call at 210-470-KENS or head to kens5.com/call KENS. We have a form there where you can tell us about your problem and we'll see if we can help. Time now is 6:17 before you head out the door this morning.